Hello, I am roaringbug, and welcome to my Sims 4 speed build. So today we are building, as you saw in that first image, a pretty in pink salon. So this stylist salon I created because I recently downloaded a mod from a creator called Kira's Sims 4 mods, and she created a bunch of active careers. And she created this stylist active career, and it comes with a lot type to create a place to do your styles. So I created this salon in order for my sim to go to when she goes to work. So I like this mod because I wanted to add a little spice to my game. And as you all know, with story progression, you have a lot of randomly generated townies, and they usually come in very strange outfits. So in order to do something about it, I got this mod so that my sim can get paid giving a whole bunch of townies makeovers. And I was like, yeah, this is great. I can do gameplay and give townies makeovers. So right now I'm just building this New Orleans style build, and I put it in an empty lot in the Promenade world. The Promenade world comes with the retail world that comes with Get to Work. And this build has a lot of items from Get to Work and from Get Famous. So the interior is just going to be filled with items from those two packs. So right now I'm just putting down some signage in the front of this build so everyone knows this is a retail lot. As you saw before, I opened the cheats menu so I can move objects down, because apparently it wasn't letting me put this grass flower stuff in this planter I created. And I'm just decorating the front, and I didn't have a particular reason why I wanted a New Orleans style build. I just thought it would look very pretty, and it kind of fits with the New Crest style. Just a lot of porch. And now I'm just doing the coloring of this roofing and the balconies. And I put this sign here. That is a base game sign. And now I'm putting down a skylight. So I put down these two skylights because I fenced off the top of that building with a half wall. It created a platform, so I got rid of it by mapping it out with a fence and then deleting it. And now I'm changing that roof, the fence, with a smaller fence so you don't see it. I kind of wish I started with the smaller fence, but I didn't. And now I'm just putting down a simple roof on the front, and I'm going to raise that half wall so I can stick that sign a little higher. And now I am choosing a pink roof because, like I said, everything is very pink on this build. And right now I'm choosing a siding for this build, so it has a little bit more detail to the building than what's there. And a trick to do it is if you hold the shift key and then put that siding around the build, you can do one wall at a time instead of all the walls at once. That trick also works if you want to put a trim around a short wall. Normally it won't go on a short wall, but if you use shift key, it will add it on there. And now I'm just putting down some flower boxes. And now I'm gonna do the interior. So I put down this zebra rug. That is from Get Famous. And I hardly ever use that zebra swatch in any of my builds. But today was the day for that zebra swatch. And now I'm putting down these wooden planks these little slates in order to create a background for the entranceway for this lobby. So I built this lot before I knew much about the gameplay, so I didn't really know what should be on this lot. So I kind of put everything I thought would be useful. Frankly, I think the only item you really need is just the stylist chair that comes from Get Famous. But I made this lot kitted out for basically what I imagined a beauty salon would look like in this world. So I put a lot of extras in there that, like I said, aren't really necessary for gameplay. And now I'm trying to figure out how to make these wooden slates disappear when the walls are down. Because when I do gameplay, I like having the walls down. And I don't want to really see that, but I noticed it disappeared after I hadn't had it selected anymore. And I pulled out the build so I could get a little bit more space in the back. And now I'm choosing a staircase, so I put this right behind the reception. And a railing from Get to Work, which is that industrial railing. And I chose pink. Like I said, this salon is called Pretty in Pink, and it's living up to the name. And I wanted to pick a pink color that wasn't offensive to my eyes, so I went with a pastel looking pink. And I picked a lot of pink furniture, so I got these Get Famous couches, and I just put them around these coffee tables in order to create a little reception area. So it just mirrors the same on either side. And, you know, a little bushy plant. So it has that glamorous makeover feeling of a salon. So yeah, like that front desk though, that's from Get to Work. And those busts, I believe those are base game. Those are just mantelpiece busts in the game. I had thought about putting mannequins there, but I thought that might take up too much space. And now I am swapping out the front door and this balcony door with this fancier looking one, because I thought it would look better. And, you know, I mean, if you don't own all the packs and you just like this build, you can totally just download it and just fill it up with the items that you do own. Frankly, I don't normally do that, but I might if the build is really pretty. I might download a lot and just fill it up with items that I do own in the game. I own quite a number of them, but I don't own all of them. Though the new pack that's coming out soon, the Growing Together pack for infants, I am interested in that. I am looking forward to getting it. And I know there's going to be an update soon. And I think the Growing Together pack is going to be released on the 17th. So that's something to look forward to. I'm not really that interested in family gameplay so much. I like occult sims. I love the vampires and the werewolves, but I do like giving them like a normal family life. They just happen to be supernatural. And, you know, I might incorporate it into my gameplay, but lately I've been playing pretty vanilla, and I've just been experimenting with just mods to enhance my game with just little items, like little things you can add to the game, like this mod for the Stylist Career. Kira has other mods too that I was interested in playing. I have one for like firefighters, and I recently downloaded a mod for more extreme fires, but I didn't get the crazy one. because apparently it comes in, I think, 3 different intensities. So it really depends on how chaotic you want your game to be. But I just wanted to add a little bit more excitement in my game. And I like the spontaneity. Like, I think it would be very interesting if there was like a fire in the game, and it'd be an excuse to build another house. Or if something happened, it could create some more storyline for your gameplay. So now back to the build. On the second floor, I added 2 restrooms. So again, they are pink. And I added a little bit more to the second floor, just for a couple of more skill building items, because since this is an active career, your sim is going to be here all day. So they're going to need a bathroom, they're going to need at least a fridge so they can get something to eat. So, it's something I had to consider when I was building this lot. And like I said, the only item that is a real necessity is just the makeup chair. I put this photography station because I thought it'd be good for the storyline if you gave a sim a makeover and you can take a picture of them, so that you can have like if you wanted, you can even go the route of like a before and after picture. But that's really dependent on you and what kind of gameplay you want to do. And I put down some computers in this lot. I put one in the front desk because I was like, I don't know if I need one or not. And I used the cheapest chairs, and then I realized, what am I doing? This is a retail lot. My sim ain't gonna pay any bills here. So I swapped them out for the more expensive base game chairs, which I don't normally use because I'm like, oh my goodness, in game they cost so much. But I was like, yeah, why not? Let's do it. And I'm swiveling back and forth because I'm just making sure all of the windows are symmetrical on either side. And I usually just use the grid to figure out if anything is like off balance and not in the right place. And I turn the facilities in the bathroom to the center wall because I put in those windows and I was like, oh darn, I can't do that. I can't put the mirror over a window. So I just changed the location of everything. And I put this hand sanitizer and hand towels, paper hand towels in the bathroom. And those are items you can get from Get to Work. I think it belongs in like, I think they're debug items for the hospital. But I was like, yeah, it works. I mean, I thought it'd be nice. And I put these little saucer lights everywhere. I have so many lights in this build, but the saucer lights still do the job much better than these chandeliers. And I added these little bushes, these little orange trees for, I don't know, to make it look more fancier in here. And I put some windows on the back wall because I realized there are no windows in that back room. And I was like, yeah, that's symmetrical. That's good. And now I'm copying that little bit of flooring in the front so I can bring it over into the back, so I can make a little backyard. So this backyard doesn't really have that much gameplay. I just made it into a little spot your sim could sit at, but there's really no reason to be in the backyard. I don't really think my sim will ever go here. It's just something to fill the space. But again, if you like this build, it's easy to convert it into a normal house. And you can make that into a functional backyard. And I just put down these bushes. And I didn't put them all the way to the front of the build because I didn't want to have anything block the front of the build because it's a retail lot. And I wanted it to be very visible from the sidewalk, just for a bit of realism. Frankly, I don't think your Sims really care, but I do. And I put these bushes. I don't really do too much, like I said, with the backyard. And now I'm just testing out the lighting. So I'm putting down some outdoor lights, and now I'm gonna put the lights on the porches. So I use these pendant lights and I just match it up with the windows on the second floor balcony, and now I'm just matching it up between the windows on the first floor. If you're hearing any noise, I'm sorry. And now I'm putting down these planters, and I'm putting down these rocks and a couple of bushels of grass everywhere, just so that this build doesn't look too perfect. I want it to have like a more realistic look, and I wanted it to look less Barbie perfect, though since this house is very pink, I mean this retail lot is very pink, it does have a Barbie feel to it. And now I'm using these debug hanging planters. I don't normally use these hanging debug planters, but I thought they would be perfect for this New Orleans style porch. And I guess if you had the plant kit, because there's a kit just for plants, you could use that and you can just swap it out. I do not have that kit, but you know, it's very nice, and this is what I'm working with, and these are base games, so you know, anyone can have those hanging plants. Now I'm going to put down some terrain paint. My terrain paint skills are very minimal. I just give a light dusting of dirt everywhere. I don't really do too much unless I'm creating something special, but if it's just around the house, on the outside edges, I'm just going to just lightly dust. And I put this little gravelly path leading towards the backyard, and just sprinkling some stones on the edge to give it that little bit of realism. And now on the little edges here. And this is when I decided this retail lot will probably need a kitchenette, because I was like, my Sims gotta eat. So I put down a little kitchenette area just for Sims who work here to have like a break room. So I created this little break room area here. I didn't put a stove, I just put down a microwave and a sink and a fridge. And since this is a work environment, I put down a coffee maker and a tea maker. And I think I only put down like 2 cabinets, because I was like, I think that's all they need. It's not really a place for them to cook. And I put down these pink couches, as you do in a pink build, and a pink rug. And I thought, hey, it needs something, so I put down a plant. You know, just to feel calm and peaceful. And I was like, let's close that up. But then I was like, darn, that's really close to that window. I have the space, so I am going to make a very strange looking room. So I was like, hey, they have a little break area. They're not really going to go use the second floor. They're probably just going to end up using the computers anyway. And I carried over this door from the first floor. So I think it's a very nice, spacious area. And like I said, you can take pictures and work on that photography skill if you want. And, you know, a little bit more lighting, just so that you can see everything. And that is the end of my build, and I am into my screenshots. So if you like this build, you can get off the gallery at roaringbug. It's all one word. Please like, subscribe, or leave me a comment. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.